Bomber TV.
Hi guys, Bomber here. Welcome back to the channel, and before we start, a huge thank you to all of my patrons. If you want to join them, please consider checking out the links down below in the description and the pinned comments down below. So yeah guys, the deck of today is going to be Spider's Aggro. This deck was actually quite popular even before the latest patch notes, but then now we see that Legion Rearguard is getting its 1 HP back, and yeah, this card was pretty strong for Noxus, very good one drop. I don't remember if we cut some other one drop that we did run before in this deck, or if we just simply cut something here and there. I'm guessing the second option, and I'm thinking about Imperial Demolitionist, Arachnoid Sentry, and Noxian Fervor. We cut one of those three, just because we wanted to have even a more aggressive turn one. Having 4 1-drops is a bit, you know, going all in, but this is what all this deck is about, so yeah. And even more, now this deck is even more popular and strong, because we start to see that things like Aphelios TF or TF feeds have been going down in popularity. In particular, Aphelios, which, you know, could generate quite a lot of heal. Targon in general has a lot of heal options. And so yeah, now that we don't really see also Zoe Lee Sin, even though it could be okay in this meta. So yeah, now without heals, this deck is very strong. We saw also that there is Lissandra Trundle currently. This deck is completely annihilated by that, and in particular by Ice Shard. But we start to see that since, you know, and this is the good thing about meta, like the interesting thing about meta, that since there are no more TF feeds or TF Aphelios, we start to see that Azir Scouts or Azir Lucian have been, you know, increasing in popularity. And actually, Lissandra Trundle suffers the matchup against Azir Lucian. And so, you know, we simply have like a triangular, you know, relationship, even like it is rock, paper, and scissors, you know. So maybe we are the scissors, we are the aggressive, very strong aggressive playstyle, and anything that doesn't run heal pretty much has trouble. So Azir Lucian has trouble in the same manner. So we beat Azir Lucian, which could be, you know, paper then. But then Azir Lucian beats Lissandra Control, Lissandra Trundle, and so that's rock, you know. And the rock instead beats us. But since, you know, paper, like in rock, paper, scissors, we have a 33% win rate and loss of every, you know, symbol. Instead here we have that our scissors and the Azir Lucian paper are a bit stronger than rock, and so we see that this advantage is advantageous to us because we see less rock in the meta, and so our scissors are stronger. But yeah, with all that, you know, commentary on how the meta works and why you should pick some decks over some others, because keep in mind that every deck has some weaknesses and some strengths. The better the deck, the less weaknesses it has, or the stronger it is. But in general, no deck can have a 100% win rate. That simply means that the game is broken. You know, the more strong a deck is, now this is becoming a bit of, you know, a meta commentary, the stronger the deck is, the more you see that deck on ladder, and so more games become mirror matches. And so, like, really, there is a sweet spot between 50% and 100% win rate, but if a deck has 100% win rate, then it simply starts to drop back to 50%, because then every player wants to take the maximum advantage with that deck. There is nothing that beats that deck, so the only good thing that you can do is pick that deck, and so that's it. Everyone is running that same deck, and or every match is a mirror match, so the deck has a 50% win rate in the end. So with that in mind, Spider Aggro. So how do you play this deck? As we said, this deck is very aggressive. It has a curve which looks pretty insane. You know, we cut our curve off at 3 mana, and we only have 3 cards at 5 mana, which is Decimate, of course. And so yeah, this is hyper aggro. This is completely insane. We take advantage of some tribal synergies of spiders, you know. It's pretty amazing when you can, you know, go for Precious Pet on turn 1, and then you go for Release on turn 2, and maybe you're attacking on turn 1, and so you attack again on turn 3, and you go for Frenzied Skizzer, for example, and you have a pretty insane board. Now, most of the times, if you are up against Control, they don't really do much in the first 2 rounds, so And if, for example, they break their hand and don't even have something on turn 3, for example, imagine Alessandra Control, which doesn't draw an Avalanche, even a Blighted Ravine, it's pretty much a game over, or a nice shard, but instead they go just for Catalyst of Eons. So, by going for that, they are already taking 2 on the first turn, and then they take 2, 4, 5, plus 3 because of the Arachne Sentry, so that's 8. Not Arachne Sentry, the Frenzy Skitter. So that's 8 plus the 3 from Frenzy Skitter, so that's already 11. You're taking 11 damage, you took already 2 from the opener. And so, like, if you do the maths, that's, what is it, 15. 15 damage by turn 3. And then you can finish it off with the Decimator, Nox and Fervor, or, you know, the Doom Beasts and the Imperial Demolitionist. So yeah, that's pretty insane of, you know, that's what aggro wants to do. You want to do as much damage as possibly humanly possible on the first turns, and then you simply want to stall the game, really. That's what this deck is all about. So try to go wide, try to take all situations, all possibilities to make damage. Later on in the game, they simply will go taller than you. So you have to go wide. So, and even if you are losing units while you're attacking, you still have to go for it. You have to deal as much damage as possible, and then when your opponent starts to fall to like 10, even 10 is fine. If they start to fall to 10, then you can burn them down. For example, if they are 10, you can go for Stalking Shadows into Doom Beast. That's already 4 damage. And then you go a Decimate, Nox and Fervor, and that's it. That's 11 points of damage of burn. And, you know, that happens. That happens quite a lot of times. And you can win by turn 5 or at maximum 7. But it is crucial that you deal the most damage in the first turns. And then that's why we are running all those many units on early turns. And they are all efficient or at doing damage. And so yeah, guys, that's it for this deck analysis. If you like this type of content and you want to see more, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, a comment of what you liked about this video, what would you like to see more, or what would you like me to bring to the channel. Also, join my Discord server, all those links are in my descriptions, please check it out. And so yeah, guys, with that said, let's jump into some games to see this deck in action. So okay guys, we are up against Shen Lulu. This is very interesting because a lot of people theorized that now Fiora simply is not worth running with Shen, but the Fiora Shen archetype was still pretty solid. It was just, the champion that was missing, which, was Fiora, and now, yeah, they changed it from Lulu, the health from Fiora went to the attack of Lulu, and so, yeah, now I'm excited to see how this deck will play out. So this is a very tough matchup for us because it can challenge a lot of our units. Probably Stalking Shadows will be important for the burn part, and the rest, yeah, it's okay. We have 1 and 2 drops that we want to still try to do our thing. So now on turn 1 he can only go for Greengate Caretaker, and so Legion Rearguard is pretty amazing at this. Yeah, he has to think. Either if he wants to take 3 or if he wants to trade the Greengate Caretaker. So we still could have done damage through the Precious Pet. Because yeah, he couldn't block that as well, but this deals 1 more damage, so that's why we're doing for that. We are going for that. Now if you play Elise, he can't really attack with War Chefs. So yeah, you always have to take advantage of, every situation is you always want, how can I phrase it? You always want to take advantage of the combat tricks, or being able to them not being able to attack or not able to be blocking. So now he could go for a Shard Sight. So this Elise attack is not really for free, and he can trade the Legion Rearguard with the War Chefs. So now I'm thinking, do we want to develop into this? He could go for Lulu. If he goes for Lulu, then... or we could do something pretty interesting. We go for Precious Pet, House Spider. We just attack with Legion Rearguard, maybe, if he goes for Lulu. And we level up Elise. And that's pretty threatening for him. He probably can challenge by turn 5 with the, the Screeching Dragon. So this is kind of interesting because this goes against our, we want to take every occasion to attack. So yeah, he goes for Lulu. And this is very interesting. This is very interesting, guys. So yeah, we attack with Legion Rearguard still. We can't attack with Fearsomes because he will simply block with Lulu. And so yeah. Now he has to choose, probably he will trade the War Chefs. it will be quite bold of him to, you know, not block the region rearguard. Even if he goes for Fleet Feeder Tracker to, you know, remove our release, we have Arachnid Sentry. And after that, on turn 5, we have a simply, you know, crashing attack. By the way, the Lulu is still quite a bit, you know, away from leveling up, so this is interesting. Instead, our release levels up on turn 4 or 3. Is it at round start or round end? Round start, so yeah, turn 4. Young Witch. So yeah, this is still fine. I don't know, let's develop into the attack, I guess. So, Legion Rearguard. And then we keep the mana for a Stalking Shadows, maybe.
This way, go! Hand to the face. Who would trespass here? Can't fight on an empty stomach.
Okay, Lulu levels up. We could have gone for Arachnid Sentry on a second thought. Yeah, we could have gone for that. But I think we can just take the damage, really. Next turn we are we are probably winning. And so yeah. Yeah, because next turn we have a better chances of, you know, trading. Instead right now we can also probably trade the Lulu next turn. So yeah, let's take the damage. We are still pushing 6 damage through, and then we can finish off with the burn, I'm guessing. So now we have to consider. We probably want to push damage. So yeah, let's go for these. Let's trade the 2/2, and then let's attack with everything while not challenging anything. So this means that he's already dead if he doesn't have anything. So he has to probably block, and so in this way we are dealing more damage, I'm guessing. Or probably we can do this. We can do this. And then yeah, he has to choose if he wants to block or not. Let's see what we draw from the Stalking Shadows, first of all. Because if we draw Doom Beast and Saboteur, that's kind of bad. So yeah, let's see what we draw from the other Stalking Shadows. Doom Beast, okay. So yeah, now this is fine. We win on the next turn. If he doesn't do anything. So he probably has to block. By the way, I'm wondering, because L-Pix is so, you know, flexible. It can also give vulnerable. So what about Lulu with Renekton, for example? Repost. So yeah, that's a pretty neat move. He's at 8, so we don't really have burn damage on hand for that. But we are close. So now we can't block. So we probably have to develop at least a blocker. Relentless Pursuit. That's pretty interesting. And then yeah, we probably want to go for Arachnid Sentry then. What is the best? This one, so that he can't really even attack with Lulu. So wow, guys, this play means that he just wasted a Relentless Pursuit. But I mean, I can't blame him because that's what was pretty much what he needed to do. So let's also develop a Legend Saboteur, sorry. And then next turn we can go for Imperial Demolitionist into Doom Beast. Decimate. Okay, so now we can burn him down. By the way, that was a very interesting game. And he didn't go for any challengers, so yeah, that's pretty interesting. And probably pretty unlucky for him. Not having a Fleet Feeder Tracker, that was pretty bad. So now he could give something vulnerable. And yeah, kill something of our own. He could, for example, go for vulnerable on these, challenge the Legend Saboteur with the Lulu, and this gets through. So that's 5 damage. Shen as well. So yeah, we need to go for our Doom Beast to try to not die. He'll probably go for vulnerable.
I find them unworthy.
So by the way, we are at 3 health with this play.
You're covered. Duty, selflessness.
Interesting. Probably Doom Beast. This one. I mean, we are still finishing the game next turn, so we increase our chances of having one more unit next turn by not, you know, playing the ephemeral. Okay, so we need to block everything, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, we keep the Legend Saboteur because this has the most chances of, you know, dealing damage. The one more. We could not block something, but yeah, at this point doesn't really matter. We have a Decimate in hand. He could have a Deny. He could have a Deny. Yeah, like even if we are, we can't block. We can't not block 2 things because we are dead if we do so. And so yeah, if we for example do this, we still have 4 attackers. He has 4 blockers, so it doesn't really change anything. And so yeah, I think we have to do this. I'm thinking about a Spirit's Refuge. He could heal 4 at maximum. Then what else could he use to heal? If we go for Decimate immediately, then we can go for a Doom Beast. He has to go for Deny, for example. And if we go for a Doom Beast, we just deal 3. Because, you know, Doom Beast and the Legend Saboteur. So maybe we have to go for Legend Saboteur, Doom Beast, but then we can't go for Decimate. So if we go for this, we have 4 mana. And we are missing 4, so maybe we can also go for... Probably Decimate is not the best play right now, because he could have Deny. What we can do is, we can start with Legend Saboteur. This could fit in everything that we will do. I mean, except the Decimate and the Doom Beast. Play, you know. So let's see what he does. If he has a Relentless Pursuit or a Golden Aegis, that's gonna be tough. I mean, no, if he goes for Golden Aegis, he's dead. So yeah, he went for that. Let's see what we get from Stalking Shadows, I'm guessing. So we can still Decimate if we want. Ooh, Stitch on Looker, it's juicy. Even Imperial Demolitionist. Probably Imperial Demolitionist is even stronger. Because, you know, we go wide, we are dealing a Decimate, and he can't have double Deny for that. Notify doesn't work. So yeah, Imperial Demolitionist is actually better than a Decimate. We are also, by the way, going wide.
For the Empire.
So now he has to add 1 more unit to block. But yeah, we still have the Legend Saboteurs. Yeah, so he had to add 1 more unit to not take the damage here, and probably a Spirit's Refuge. But he was, if he had the Spirit's Refuge and another unit, he was still dead to the second Imperial Demolitionist. So what he had to add? Probably nothing. That was probably the best play that we could have done there. But so yeah, well played, man. GG. So yeah, guys, that's it for this video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, a comment, and checking out the links in the description and the pinned comment. In there you will find my Instagram, my Twitter, my Patreon, my Discord server, where you can continue to chat with me and all the rest of the community. So that's it for this video. Hope you liked it and find it useful, and as always, see ya.